Welcome to the Troy Stoeber Show. You don't have to listen, but you're going to hear about it anyway.
You don't have to listen, but you're going to hear about it anyway. Welcome to the Troy Stoeber Show. I'm your host, Troy Stoeber. We have Jessica Milano is our special guest here in the studio. Jessica is going to tell us about her passion for performing music. Folks, she looks like just a regular soccer mom who lives in the suburbs, but she has a secret. The Troy Stoeber Show is brought to you by Cox Electric. The Cox Electric Studio is the sponsor for all of your electrical needs. They're located in Salem, Oregon. They do installation, repair, regeneration of various sorts, and anything that has electrical in it, the Cox Electric people can help you with. So Cox Electric, online, coxelectricoregon.com. Let us remove your shorts. Okay. I can't wait to hear about Jessica's story. So the first thing I have on here is personal background. So Jessica, tell us where you're from and kind of how you kind of came to be where you are.
Well, I was born in Lebanon, Oregon, at the Little Lebanon Hospital, to two young lovebirds, my parents, and they brought me home to my grandma's house there. Both sets of grandparents actually lived in Lebanon, and I was raised by the tribe, or by the wolves, maybe for years.
Wow.
And then we ended up in Aloha eventually, and I graduated from Aloha High School. I had sort of like a meandering path.
Don't we all?
Yeah. So my dad was always into music and ended up in a band he still plays with. And it was more of a jam band. They sort of had been there, done that with the gigging days. And so they just wanted to get together with their friends and play music. So when I was about 13, they started to include me in that. And we had a Halloween party every year that my dad was very, very into. Things always got weird in October. And then the band would play. And so I started learning.
This sounds like the best story of the entire whole podcast, right here.
And I loved it. And it was like my dad and then all his buddies were like having just a whole bunch of uncles showing me how to do it. And they would get so excited, as I got more and more into it. So.
Well, yes. You would be, generally speaking, what I would call the rose among the thorns. I could just imagine this, like them kind of bringing you along in the entertainment business. So tell me about, this band you're playing with now. So what's the name of the band, and what's their history? So is this the actual band you're talking about, or is this your dad's band and this is something different?
Yeah, no, my dad's band kind of taught me how to do what I'm doing.
Okay.
And then it wasn't until about 10 years ago that I got involved with Slicker, and it was sort of an idea that our drummer Dean had to create a very niche kind of country band. Because he saw a need for it.
Right.
In the live music around Portland kind of deal. And so...
I mean, you guys are pretty unique. So you're what they call a country, kind of a contemporary country cover band. Mm-hmm. So tell our viewers what a cover band is and give them some examples of what you would perform.
So we cover songs. That means we play other people's music. We don't really do originals, although we've done stuff like that on the side together. But usually the venues we're playing are party venues. So we want to play a big party.
Gotcha.
Those are the kind of crowds we're playing for.
So festivals and get-togethers and gatherings of various sorts. I'm kind of emphasizing social gatherings because, well, Jessica, there's been a pandemic for the last 2 years, and there's been a significant decrease in the amount of social gatherings that we've been able to do. So have you guys been kind of here and there with that, or how have you guys weathered the pandemic?
Well, it was brutal. It was really hard to not be able to play. I mean, the first entire year we didn't play, and we, some of us would try to get together just to play music and, and visit, but everybody was, had worries and
You bet.
You know, and
You bet.
none of the venues were were open for a long time, and then when there were so many restrictions that you just couldn't do that.
Okay. Well, I mean, gosh, and music is such a social thing. Like it's always like every reception, like you said, every party, every memorable moment has some music associated with it. So I imagine that part of that is what appealed to you. I'll let you kind of give me some input in that. Before I go there, though, I want to go back to the whole idea of a cover band. Like, where did you guys kind of come from inspirationally? Like, are you like pop country, or like bluegrass, or like, old twangy stuff, or you're all over the place?
We're all over the place, yeah. And we're not limited to just country either. In fact, a good vast section of our sets are classic rock, and we throw a little bit of pop in there. We do all sorts
so
of
really,
stuff.
Entertainment is the name of the game. Like Jessica. Yeah. Jessica's a good person to know if you're want somebody to lay back and have a good time.
Our goal is to always try to pick songs that people are going to hear the first couple licks, and they're going to throw their chairs over and run for the dance floor. Okay, all right. So now, the next step is to get your band in here and do some music for us, because the guys here at the studio, they would be pretty entertained. So what is Slicker? Who is in the band, and where do they perform? Oh, we kind of got that. Who's in the band? Like you. There's seven of us.
How did you get involved?
I was cruising through Craigslist looking for something that was not a band, probably a piece of furniture or something, about 10 years ago, and came across an ad. You know how sometimes there will be one that just is random, like it's not what you searched for.
Right.
And it said, searching for a female vocalist for a up-and-coming country band. And I thought, ooh, that sounds right up my alley. And so I emailed, and then I got a reply, and the more I heard, the more I was like, I think I could do that. And I auditioned, and that's a funny story, because they were renting this little tiny, like a studio in southeast Portland, and it was kind of a rough part of the neighborhood then, and I think I had to step over a guy taking a nap on the front porch, and I went in, and there were bars on the doors and the windows, and I was pretty sure I might be Craigslist murdered.
Okay. You kind of calculated the mathematical probability in your head as you
I
rolled
was
in
calculating that, and I had to take into account that, this doesn't look too good. It's random. It's not what I pictured. Maybe I should just get out of here. But then I could hear guys playing music upstairs.
Okay. Lending some legitimacy to the possibility that you weren't going to be alone here at this tryout.
Yeah.
You sang "Suds in the Bucket."
I did.
Am I right?
I did. Yeah.
See,
you did your research.
I've been watching. Well, and actually, that was a great song, because it is fun, lively, and people like to dance to it and have a great time. So that's good.
Yeah, it was pretty much one of those moments where I was like, well, they sound pretty good up there, so I'm going to roll the dice. And I went in. And I'm still here, so.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
I wasn't axe murdered.
Okay. Jessica Milano, ladies and gentlemen, the lead singer of Slicker Country Band. What do you like about performing? For you, what's the experience like? What's the draw? And why do you like it?
I get nervous every time I'm going to perform. I'm nervous right now. You can't tell. I get nervous performing, and it never really goes away, but I love performing so much that I think my favorite thing about it is just connecting with the crowd. When you feel people getting excited, and you're looking at people and they're having an amazing time, and they're dancing and they want more. That makes
Jessica,
me feel good.
It's possible that once in a while people remember, preparing SpaghettiOs for their kids' lunch on a given day, right? Or maybe, weeding the front yard. I'm sure that's really like the passion of many people. But really, you're part of like some important. These are the kind of times people want to remember. Right? I mean, they're all having a good time, and you're inspiring them. So, and hopefully you're inspiring the audience here at the Troy Stoeber Show. So, keep my fingers crossed. What if someone wanted to follow in your footsteps? What advice would you give them? What?
Well, you know, I have a lot of kids.
You do have a lot of kids. Well, I figured that your answer would be, are you kidding? Like the reason I like to perform is because I get away from my kids. I get a babysitter or something. So. Mm-hmm.
It is a nice break, and it's cool to have something that is just for me, but it's also been something I've really enjoyed sharing with my kids. And Skylar is almost 17 in a couple days, and she is an incredible talent. I wish I could do what she can already do at her age. She's learned so much, and just all that exposure. You know, I've always tried to give not just my kids, but any kids when we're performing the chance to feel what it feels like on stage. And, I guess the biggest piece of advice I've always given to her is never turn down a chance to perform.
That's really good advice. Yeah. That's really
just
good
advice. Just do it. And even if you flop, you're going to learn something.
You are going to learn something.
You're going to learn.
I mean, pretty much you're going to entertain somebody. even if it's on America's Funniest Home Videos, you're going to entertain somebody. And there is a certain amount of, gratification that comes from that. I totally know what you mean. I've been there. What else do you want our viewers to know about Slicker, about your little hobby of singing? This is really kind of fascinating because, most of your friends, like, what do your friends think of this? Because they kind of know you in a couple different roles, right? The socialite, the talented singer. They also kind of, hang out in the hood with you and just, kick back and your kids play together and stuff like that. So what do they think?
Yeah. I think everyone thinks that it's pretty neat. And a lot of my friends come out and hear us play and have a great time. Some of them do, some of them don't. Not all my friends love hanging out in a bar or, in a big crowd. And so that's okay too. It's, I get a lot of family too that likes to turn out for it. And something else that I should probably mention is I'm not the only lead singer. We also have
okay. Tell me about this.
Another lead singer.
Who comprises the musical talent of the country band Slicker?
So myself, our drummer now is Jim Bevan, excellent drummer, who's been playing for a long time with a lot of groups. And our original drummer, who actually put the band together, moved to Idaho. We've lost a lot of people to Idaho the last couple of years.
We have.
Pandemic.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And then our bass player, Bruce McNaughton, solid bass player, and also has that really fine-tuned ear that he will say the hard things when it's not coming together and sounding right.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we all need somebody like that. So, I mean, there's leadership there, right? I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Scott Stafford is our lead guitar player, and he is just a total rock star. He's a total rock star.
That's awesome.
Super talented people. And our rhythm guitar player, Mark Spooner, just adds so much, and he's a quieter guy, but I've
watched you guys perform, and don't you have a fiddle player? Like, isn't there somebody who plays the fiddle, or
Bobby Stoeber?
Is he in there all the time, or just?
Yeah.
Is this the same lineup? Like, some bands will have, depending on who they're performing for, or what the venue is, they'll have different members of the band. Like, do you guys pretty much all do the same thing all the time?
We don't always do the same thing. Sometimes we do trios, where it'll just be Scott and Bobby and I. And then Josh is the other lead singer, Josh Santos, who is very popular. But he doesn't always sing with us, although he is coming back full-time with the band this spring. And so we're excited about that. He always gets the party going, and
great.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
It's really fun.
This is fascinating. Because this really is kind of grassroots sort of people doing things for the right reasons, and for the fellowship of it, for the celebration of the music and the entertainment value. So that's really great. Do you have any events coming up anytime soon? So like, are you playing the Oregon Jamboree, or are you doing anything do you know of anything?
We are rolling out our summer schedule soon. We do have 5 shows booked for August.
Okay.
And we are working on our June schedule. I know that's kind of backwards.
The pandemic sort of necessitated some accommodations like that. So I mean,
Right.
you can tell now. Hopefully, I've lived to regret these predictions in the past, but hopefully, with the continuation of the summer, things will kind of continue to open up. So.
Yeah, that's the hope. They have to. They have to. I can't take any more disappointment.
I get it. I totally get it. All of our guests are invited to participate in the types of segments that are entertaining, they're informative, they're meant to kind of take people and challenge them. You're going to learn something today here on the Troy Stoeber Show. Our first segment is vocabulary time. So I'm going to give you 4 words, and if you've heard of any of them before, they're automatically discounted. So it has to be a new word. And then once you say which one you pick, I will tell you the definition, and we can learn it together and try to use it in a sentence. I mean,
Okay.
you got to admit, this is like somewhat unique.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, Jessica, you got to start somewhere. Learning one word at a time probably is going to take. It's probably going to take me like 70 years of the Troy Stoeber Show to actually move the needle at all and improve people's ability to communicate. But I can dream. Are you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to give you some words. Body. It's spelled BAWDY. Okay.
Yes, I've heard that word.
Have you heard that word?
Yes.
Okay, so I got it wrong on that 5-letter game. What's that game called?
Scrabble?
No, Squirtle. Or
I haven't played that yet. I've seen it, but
it's highly addictive, folks. Don't start if you don't want to give up considerable amount of your time. Body, gastronomy, and that's actually not a medical term. Hegemony. And placid.
Well, I've heard of placid.
Okay.
And gastronomy, I know that word, but I don't think I could define it.
Okay. Now, you want to go with hegemony?
Or, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here we are. Hegemony. Leadership or dominance, especially by one country or social group over others. So it's kind of like an influence type thing. So preponderant influence or authority over others, domination. So, certain cultures are hegemonious over other cultures. They're exhibiting hegemony. Can you think of any examples off the top of your head of hegemony?
That feels like a trap.
Oh dear. There is a world geopolitical event going on right now that's getting a lot of social media attention, and otherwise people are kind of focusing on it. So I would say that Russia is exhibiting hegemony over the culture and people and geography of Ukraine.
It appears that way.
That would be my. Do you think that fits the word though?
I think it does.
Hegemony. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Good job. Well, you did your first segment. Second segment is catchy sayings. So you've heard of like a mic drop moment, right, Jessica?
I've had them.
You've had them. Oh my gosh, folks! She told me she sometimes forgets lyrics. We're going to go back to that question too, because I forgot to ask her what she does when she forgets lyrics. Because I'm sure, like this shot of adrenaline, like, oh! So
Don't panic.
Okay, we got this one is going to be, you don't actually get to choose, you just get to pick a number, and it's just going to become a random number at you, and I'll tell you what the catchy saying is. But again, it's something to think about, it's something to be descriptive about, it's supposed to be creative, and you take something that you know and put it into other terms so that you can learn it. So give me a number between 1 and 4.
3.
1, 2, 3. 3. Tough times never last, but tough people do. Tough times never last, but tough people do. What's that mean to you, Jessica?
Oh,
You didn't know it was going to be so deep here on the Troy Stoeber Show, did you?
I wondered. But I think, it's true that tough times don't last, although they can seem like they can go on forever, and when it rains, it pours. And I don't know how tough I am. I must be, because I have outlasted some tough times so far.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could just make the case that sometimes there's no shortcuts. You just got to have something inside, and you just got to face it. And it would be ideal to have a magic wand or a quick pill or a bumper sticker or a fix-it-all better. Sometimes you just got to have some grit. So
that was exactly the word I was thinking of.
Boom, grit. Jessica Milano on the Troy Stoeber Show. This is so great. All right, I have one last segment for you, and this is actually the big treat, ladies and gentlemen. It's sponsored by Willamette Coffee House. Art Vault is a place where we bring in some art, and this is another one you get to choose, and you get to give me commentary on some of the art that you see. And so it's meant to be kind of creative, impulsive, intuitive, certainly entertaining. I never really know what to expect on Art Vault, but I will say a quick word about Willamette Coffee House. So on the 10th Street exit in West Lynn, that's exit 6 off of 205, you can find the Willamette Coffee House. Those folks know how to treat you right. They pour a great cup of coffee. Have you been there yet?
I have.
I think I will give you an opportunity to, just hold that.
I will go back.
Hold that up.
With this.
The Willamette Coffee. There it is, right there, folks. Ladies we got little segments that are coming up. This is gonna be great. Okay, Willamette Coffee House on the 10th Street exit in West Lynn. Long Bottom Coffee, wonderful people. Okay, Art Vault. You got a choice: goth wedding cakes or cat.
I'm so all over the goth wedding cakes.
Okay. Oh, this could be pretty interesting, folks. So
one of my side hobbies is making cakes, actually.
Is that right?
So
I don't know. I showed you the studio down here, so you can bring in and have all your friends make a cake, and it can be on the TV show. So
yeah, I don't know how much anyone would appreciate that, but I appreciate amazing cakes. That was a very black cake, and I know what that food coloring does to your teeth.
I'm here to tell you there are 6 followers of the Troy Stoeber Show right now, so we're gonna have a profound effect on those 6.
I hope so.
While we're visiting, these little these pictures are going to be coming up, so the audience will be able to see stuff too. But yeah, so this if you're a relative like your Aunt Nancy at somebody's wedding, and you start eating this cake, pretty soon like your whole mouth is gonna be black, and it's gonna be like just like that.
Well, and it kind of turns purple. And whoever did the fondant on that cake, their hands were probably, I hope they wore gloves. Okay.
Well, our first goth wedding cake is profoundly dark. I guess that's the whole definition of goth, right? What do you think of that one?
Oh, I think that's pretty stunning.
That is. That's beautiful.
Classy.
It's got like the gold kind of accent on there. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
So goth doesn't necessarily mean dark. It means sort of black?
I think so.
Okay. I was going to say, Jessica showed up a few minutes ago at the studio, and she started reading her little pre-production briefing. She's like, so you're saying I wasn't supposed to wear black?
Yeah, whoops.
Duly noted. What do you think of that one? Look at that. That's
pretty.
It's got flowers on it and stuff.
Yeah, I think those peonies.
Okay, listen, I don't really know what flower those are, but yeah, that does look pretty cute.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Well done.
There's a big contrast there between the black of the cake and then the white of the... There you go. There's another good example.
That's pretty. I mean, these aren't scary at all. When I think goth, I think like a little bit scary.
I do too. Yeah. I think of you and your uncles playing in the garage on Halloween and like... werewolves howling and stuff like that. Oh, there's some color. Huh? Mm-hmm. What do you think of that?
Nice.
Got
That's a lot of tears.
It's a lot of... Oh, I thought you meant like these are tears. You get like lots of tears.
Yeah.
D-
Yeah.
Is
It's a
there
big cake.
is there somebody who can actually do that, or are all these fake?
No, people can do that. I'm sure there's people who can do that.
You have some experience in baking cakes.
I do.
How long would something like that take? Is that like an all-day affair, or like what is that? What's that like?
Well, what I do know is that you bake the cake way before and you put it in the freezer. And then when you decorate it, you put it all together frozen.
Okay.
So
Hey,
it
this
can
is really
hold its
interesting.
shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I would never have even
There's
thought to
also
ask
some
that question.
complicated sciencey stuff about freezing it too. That something about the molecular breakdown of the sugar or something like that.
Oh,
It's
I just-
really nerdy, but
Well, okay, well, for all the nerds out there, such as me, I think that's fascinating. But the most fascinating thing about it is Art Vault works in various ways that you never really expected, right? I mean, I actually learned something about science today by enjoying Art Vault with my
There you
friend
go.
Jessica. We
You're
got that
welcome.
one. Woo! Yeah, thank you, thank you. Let's see. What is that up there? Oh, are those fruits? Is that
I
like
think those are blackberries.
what are those white things? Is that? Oh, that's those are like marshmallow things.
I can't. Yeah, maybe I can't tell what the white things are.
Okay.
And then maybe that's
We'll-
molding chocolate
we'll
on
skip
the
that.
top. I don't know.
Like
That one's looking kind of gothic with the butterflies. At the bottom,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. That says
Oh,
that says your last
creepy.
meal. Last meal. That's what that says.
I don't want bugs in my cake, even if they're butterflies.
Well,
That one is weird. Is that like those flowers
What's
look
up with
like
that?
wallpaper?
yeah, it's fake flowers.
Some of them.
Do you think those? Oh yeah, like that's
like
wallpaper
a-
right there in the
looks
middle.
like a sticker. You know, they have those
Applicator.
printers that you can print on the sheet of stuff.
The
That
crickets.
Then it's like an applique.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Goth wedding cakes. All right,
I'm
two
into
more.
the matte black. I'm liking that.
You like the matte black?
Yeah.
Well, it's ironic that the first one that that wasn't matte black just showed up here. So this one has kind of a marbly appearance, and they go back to like some of those. These are actually not even real flowers, are they? They're like suggestions of what flowers might be.
Yeah,
This is
I can't tell.
This is an abstract goth wedding cake.
kind of marbled. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That doesn't look so gothic to me.
No, it looks artsy. Mm-hmm. There you go. See how elegant that looks with the little marble in the middle.
You know, the straight lines. That is really, really hard to do.
So when we see those people on those cooking shows and stuff, that takes like years of talent to develop. Like we couldn't just roll in here with these things and.
It's very precise.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm very inclined to take your word for it. So I still think it's pretty cool.